Welcome to Kingdom Hearts, the Interstitial War, final chapter. The king at the heart of the world. We stare down coming to that area we once were at before. Hell broken loose, the end of a journey, the last page of a book, the last ace in a hand, a finale. Finales are quite beautiful. They're also quite sorrowful as well. They are sorrowful. They are the bookends to characters. They are the end of legends. But most importantly, they are the final farewells to friends. They are one final moment, one final fight, one final goodbye, one final I love you. And that's where we find ourselves. Who clashes with Noctis when he charges?
I already have my lightsabers lit, so if it's not Ben, then Ben's going to join in real fast.
You muted, Leslie.
I said I think it's Ben.
As Ben and Noctis clash, there are sparks as we can see color being lost throughout the screen. It is a beautiful moment, as if the world does not matter to anyone else but Noctis and Ben. Like, there is nothing in this world but Noctis and Ben. Like, the people around you are losing color, ceasing to be. Noctis stares you down, Ben. Even you would oppose me?
Even I would oppose you.
You know what I'm doing is a path. You would have walked the same. At one point, you would have understood what I was trying to do.
It doesn't sound like this is the path you wanted to walk, though. So let us walk the path you wanted to walk.
You're different than you were before.
Because of you.
You know, you're the person I want to fight the least. I did a lot of bad things when I switched the timelines. A lot of things to further myself to this point. But the only good thing I brought back with it was you. The only good I flipped from bad.
I think he smiles a little bit. There's a genuine, soft smile that he gives, and he goes, well, maybe you just made it so I could see it in me. But, Noctis, we have to fight. I think you need this. And I think you need us to show you that your work was worth it.
Yes. And with this, I can finish this. At the end of the journey, you have become the antagonist to my story. And this is my final test. If I wish to truly change the world, I do it now.
I think there's another, the smile turns into a little bit bigger of a grin at the name antagonist, and he gives a little bit of a chuckle, and he goes, that's assuming there's blame to put anywhere, but, and I think he pulls his lightsaber back kind of like in this stance, he's like, show me what 9 timelines worth of training has done for you.
I fight all of you now as The color begins to return, and we begin to realize the rest of everyone else in the battle. As you onlook, you do not just face the King of Regis himself, no. You face Noctis, who holds all the power of all 13 Seekers of Darkness and all 7 Guardians of Light. My friends, don't make this easy. And who goes first as they both of you separate? And as he looks back, you see he channels something, energy gathering around him. As you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 spectral weapons form around him, channeling around, floating around him like he has each independent control with them. Behold, my true mythical phantasmal, the royal arms. Now, which one of you is first?
If somebody wants to attack first, they can. Otherwise, I'm going to attack.
I mean, I would like to do a thing that's not necessarily... I muted myself mid-talk. Classic. I think Sarah, so as they sort of slide apart, anime style, Sarah's gonna reach up for her own necklace and like grasp at it. And I would like to cast some magic to open up this fight.
You see as Noctis grabs one of the royal arms. I knew you would do that, Sarah. And as you can see, cards float around him, resembling something, Alpha, you would recognize as Dr. Fasalier's weapon. And he tosses them at Sarah. Sarah. Odds or evens?
Evens.
Roll a d6 for me. If you're alright, you pass.
It's a 6.
Alright, cast your magic.
Oh, let me spend a link. Alright, I spend a link to give myself advantage.
What link are you spending?
Raw Unstoppable.
Makes a lot of sense.
That is a 10 exactly.
What are you trying to do?
So, as Sarah kind of runs up alongside Ben, you see the magic sort of collect, and she's gonna cast a protective shield on her friends, in order to hopefully make some of these attacks hurt less, because she, as Ben said, Noctis has 9 timelines worth of training, so this is not going to be an easy fight. So I would like to, let's see, hit more than one entity, do a semi-permanent condition, and have no unintended consequences.
As you watch, as you gather and you cast Protecta, you can see for a second light begin to shine over everyone in a holy miasma as the shields transform quickly. Who goes next? As Noctis goes and takes a stance as the weapons begin to switch.
San can go next. Sana's gonna just try and run in. I think what does the arena kind of look like?
Very interesting that you say that.
Yeah,
the
sick.
arena, you are all floating, and you realize as you look down, you are in the skies above the city of Insomnia, which is pouring rain and dark right now. But you are flying, and you have all lost the ability to glide.
Okay, sick. So yeah, Sana's gonna try and just like rush glide, because I think San kind of also wants to knock him out of the sky. So we're gonna do some strike with intent. Am I just rolling?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just
He's-
checking.
He's going to try to counter you, though.
That's
As
fine,
he
yeah.
rolls up, and you see he calls out, and you watch as two mighty symbiote arms form out of his back.
Yeah, sick. I rolled a 3. Sorry, with my light, that's a 4.
Yikes.
Yeah, killing it. I got
You roll-
XP.
He got XP. He rolled a 12.
Yeah, cool.
Did not need to roll that well.
And he's also striking with intent. He's going to deal great harm to you.
Okay.
So dealing 2 harm. And then he is going to defend as well, just tossing you out. But you're actually only going to take 1 harm from that, sorry. As the protect shield
Oh, okay, cool.
breaks in doing that. And he looks at you. You have to do a little bit better than that.
I have more up my sleeve.
Show me what guardians are, Alpha.
Behind you. And I think when he's like, show me what guardians are, he's like, behind you. And he's gonna go to try to attack.
Been here all along.
Yes. I was waiting to be a follow-up. Do you need me to roll the 1 like Ashley did?
No,
or do I just
that's
roll?
literally
Okay.
just the effect is that. As you can see,
Okay.
the arms.
Oh, wild. Okay, so
Think
I'm
back
gonna roll to strike with intent,
Cool.
and that is a 10. But I have drive form, which lets me choose from both moves options instead of only one. So I can choose from also subdue. So I'm going to... I'm going to... I'm gonna defend myself from harm.
Okay.
And none of these are actually like a status. I should have cast magic. Yeah.
Always be cast in magic.
The venom arms are still out?
No, it's something.
No?
it-
Okay, they're
yeah.
gone. Okay.
They're like spectral, like.
So I'll defend myself from harm and deal great harm. There's not something that's worth trying to de-escalate with in this moment.
Cool. You're gonna. And as he does, you see as he switches and he sends a blast at you. You don't take damage, but you are displaced as you go flying through the air towards one of the buildings, landing on top of one of the skyscrapers. As you could see, it was a more powerful Chigo blast.
That was my mistake, telling you where I was.
Alpha,
Well,
as you see
as
Noctis switches, and for
Mhm.
some reason, you can see almost this aura around him of a wild grin-faced person with long black hair.
Interesting.
He looks tougher now.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do, or what Alpha's gonna do, is as he throws Ben into a building,
Mhm.
Alpha's gonna take that opportunity to summon one of his cards. I'm going to tap a locked link to roll with advantage, and roll to strike with intent, which is going to be a 10. Exactly, on the nose.
Ooh, nice.
So I get to pick 2. So I'm going to deal great harm and make that harm bombastic.
What are you summoning?
As Alpha is summoning, Alpha's going to toss up a card and yell, Rama! Judgment Bolt!
Oh boy. As you call Rama out, and okay, you know what, Zeke, you said it. So we were talking kind of about this point. As you summon Rama out, Noctis kind of smiles and goes, attempting to use my old summon against me. I can do that too. Rama! And then he looks at you and goes, I picked this one up from Sarah from 2 timelines ago. As his eyes begin to glow and he rolls for Eyes of the Heaven.
Ooh.
10. As your Judgment Bolt sieges across, he cancels it out with his own Judgment Bolt. As the lightning collides against each other.
Ooh. Okay.
Next time, Usus. You learn that one from me. You don't remember it. And then he kind of looks around. Well then. Is it my turn? And you watch as the arms change again. As he plucks one out. And you see a long sword. A long katana. Reminiscent to 2B's blade. Guide me. And he looks around. I choose you, San. And he's going to go ahead and defend from harm. A disadvantage, please.
Hilariously, I rolled 2 4s and a 6. So that's 11.
You watch as he disappears, and there's like that flash of blades, but you manage to block all of them as he appears behind you. And he kind of looks back and goes, that was impressive.
Told you I have more tricks up my sleeve.
What do you do?
I think she'll try to kind of swing around him, but then try and strike again with her key spear.
Okay.
Like retaliate, basically. Yeah.
You're just doing that close-up combo as you're just trading blows.
Yeah. Okay, and I'm gonna use Strike Raid, so I get to use light instead of dark.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an 11.
Awesome. Pick your
We're gonna deal some great harm and defend myself from harm.
As you cut into him, as he glows red for a second, taking the damage, and he sinks back.
Gonna need to pick it up a little.
You have it. I can do this all day. Switches the Royal Arms again. Sarah, Ben, Alpha, who's next? What do you do? You can also try to combine if you want.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. So, Sarah is going to move up next to Ben and hold her hand out to him. And assuming he takes it, Ben starts to feel this warmth as Sarah kind of. This is gonna be very anime, so just go with it.
No, this is exactly how it should be.
Give us the anime.
Literally,
Ashley.
I want.
Yeah, no, she is going to sort of I know they're floating, but just imagine, kind of sinks down a little bit, and more or less, she's gonna start spinning to build up momentum, and toss Ben towards Noctis. What I actually want to do is limit break with him.
Okay, go ahead and roll. That is going to be, I believe, light or mastery?
Light.
Light. Go ahead and roll with light.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna spend my Kim Possible lock link to give myself advantage, as I remember all of our fallen friends and use it to bolster my power. Well, I got an 8.
So it's going to cost you. You want to spend a link or take harm?
I will spend a link. Because I've got lots of links to spend.
Take that +1 forward, Ben. What do you do as Sarah launches you?
I'm going to... Let's see. Stance. I'm gonna think I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm just gonna strike with intent.
You understand why I'm doing this, right? You know this doesn't please me.
Well, that's 11 plus 2 is 13 plus 1 is 14.
All right.
And he's gonna say, as he's being tossed, and thusly there's that moment of like whoosh, through the air as he like pulls it back, and he's gonna go, I hope you understand why we're doing this too. And he's gonna like, I know I rolled for a strike, but he's gonna use the force just very slightly in here. He's not doing a force attack, but he's gonna like throw Anakin's saber so it like twirls once, like goes twice, is behind Noctis, and he's going to use the force to like pull it forward as he like brings up his other saber to protect himself. And I'm going to defend from harm, and I'm going to, I want to say take control of the situation, but I'm not really sure what this entails other than he is just trying to make it cumbersome for Noctis to attack, essentially. He is being that guy who's like I'm just going to wheedle my way. Like, if you're going to attack somebody, you're going to
Have to go through you.
You're going to have to go through me, sort of like about it.
Okay. And you strike, so you're only dealing 1 damage to him?
Yep, only dealing 1, and I'm going to defend. I've learned my lesson.
He locks up with you in swords, and he goes, Sarah, man, your teamwork, I never thought could be this good. I'm proud of you. But that doesn't mean...
a lot.
But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop trying to fight you. As you see out of his back come 2 Omnidroid arms from Syndrome. And it's go ahead and Sarah and Alpha. Roll to defend from harm, as Ben and Noctis are now locked up with each other.
Defend from harm is with heart?
Yes.
Light.
Okay.
No, it's with light.
That's a 12.
That's a 4.
All right, Sarah.
He's psych right now.
Take 2 harm. As it grabs you and just slams you to the... Basically, it actually doesn't even throw you. It grabs you and just pushes you straight through a building, destroying it in one go. Alpha, you manage to dodge it as these arms sink back into him. This is what we needed to do. This is how it always was going to end. Upon your bodies, I will build a better future. One that I know you'll thank me for later. Alpha, you're the only one left. Oh.
Alright, I'm gonna tap a link to roll with advantage.
Oh, really quick, explain your action before you roll, though. I wanna know exactly what you're trying to do.
I'm gonna cast magic and heal some people.
Okay, you can cast a healing spell? Oh. But we're
Yeah,
back.
No.
Okay.
You're muted, Lucian.
Said it's Alpha's attack, but I'm gonna come vote on this poll. Rude. Whoever voted me to go down first.
All right.
Rude!
Okay, so where did we last leave off before our great crash?
I rolled a 7 to cast some magic, which
To
means
heal?
I can only... Yep, which means I can only pick one, so who has the most harm right now? It's either Ben or Sarah.
I think Sarah has 2.
I think
I
it's
have
Sarah.
2.
I don't have any harm yet.
Oh, okay.
I keep choosing to defend myself.
Okay, then we will heal a Sarah.
Awesome. So you go in, and then you look, and we kind of switch over. This is my turn now. And Noctis kind of looks at you, and he kind of brings you all together as the force, as energy begins to swell around him. Tell me if you haven't seen this one before. As fire begins to coalesce around Noctis, and 2 large phoenix wings erupt from his back. Who's next? And he's actually going to go and charge Alpha.
All right.
Alpha, roll to defend from harm.
Just double check. That's light. Yes. Yes. All right. Let's see here. That's a 7.
All right. You're gonna only take 1 harm as he dives forward, and not even hitting you with his sword. He just kind of comes in and he grabs you, almost like Ganondorf style, like in Smash, and he's just like, you can feel the burning coming around you. And then really quick, put yourself in danger, or make a GM move.
Make a GM move.
Awesome. And as he kind of throws you back out to the pack, he looks at Ben. And you can see he focuses for a second. And just kind of comes, come on, Solo. Don't you want to have fun? And drawing his blade, he disappears in an instant. And then reappears right in front of you. Telly strike! And he's going to strike with intent on Ben. Eight. So he's going to deal great harm to Ben, but Ben, you're going to get a harm off on him. How are you trading blows?
So I guess the strike that goes in is good. I mean, I think he just wasn't expecting a teleport right in front of your face. That he lacks the time to like fully bring up his lightsabers, but he does after getting injured. I think Noctis sees in Ben's eyes the like flicker of that like ambery golden red for just a moment, as you could see him with one hand kind of like very a la the first sequel, where he like hits the side that he got injured on and he brings down the lightsaber with his other hand, just kind of I'm bigging myself up, but I'm just gonna like in a moment of actual annoyance hit you with my lightsaber.
And you kind of trade blows.
It's like a loud groan, yeah.
And he kind of, as he comes back, he's like floating, and you can see the arms are kind of protecting him a bit, but he does take the damage. Who has control of narrative? As the fire that he has douses.
I have a thing I would like to do.
Sure. What are you trying to do?
So I would mechanically, this is what I would like to do. I would like to use here we go. Ultimate form to spend a link to heal Alpha's harm.
Alpha's the first to go down, apparently. In this bowl.
Not if I can help it. And then, as long as that's okay and happens, I would also like to. I guess I should actually like spend a link, huh? I would also like to spend a link to give San advantage on her next roll. And assuming that's okay,
Yeah.
then I will describe how this all looks narratively.
Go ahead.
Cool. So then, as Noctis sort of channels the power of Dark Phoenix here and attacks Alpha, you just hear Sarah yell out, "Alpha!" And like her body starts to do that thing where like the outline glow in like light. And you see from her necklace a little like bow of light floats out and shoots towards Alpha and envelops Alpha in this like warm friendship light hug. And then this doesn't have to have any actual mechanical effects because it's just kind of the,
Yeah.
showing the like advantage that San's gonna get. You see the light also shoot out towards San, and
Ooh.
to San, she sort of. It's almost as if the world around her starts to slow, like in slow motion, but like she's like moving normal speed, right? Giving her that slight edge on whatever she's doing next.
All right.
it.
I love it. Go roll.
I don't have to roll.
Oh, no, it's
Those
just
are
ultimate
both
form.
Those are
Awesome.
both just spend links to do things.
Noctis raises up his hand. I invoke the ultimate magic. And you can hear Kefka laughing as the heavens and the skies open up. As he's going to cast magic as he casts Meteor.
Hate that.
And he's going to roll an 11. As he's going to hit everyone and do 1 harm. As the meteors start crashing into each other. And exploding all over the place. And he's channeling it. Before he stops. Don't you see? I spent all 9 timelines. I spent all of it analyzing it. I had to become my enemy if I wanted to guide this place on to somewhere great. I'm sorry, but your chances of beating me. You have my sympathies for this.
I think Sarah just says, "Don't apologize. If this is what your heart is telling you to do, then do it."
My heart wants you to agree with me. My heart wants you to just let me win.
That's not how we work. You know that. We're all way more stubborn than that.
Then I will teach you, my friends. I will show you the error of your ways.
I mean, to be honest, those 9 timelines probably also should have taught you that we don't really give up. That's not really our thing.
Yep, what are you doing?
Don't give up.
What's San gonna do?
Yeah.
What is Noctis doing at the moment?
He's floating up there as
Grandstanding.
Ooh. As he caught the royal arm comes up, and you can see there is a floating triangle above his head, and you feel like
no.
everything's gonna be wobbly time.
San is gonna I forget where San ended up. Is San in the buildings?
We all got kind of pulled together, so
Yeah.
We got
I
lumped
think
together.
we're all
You're
vaguely in
flying
the-
through the sky with your Keyblade armor, by the way.
Yeah, so San is gonna, again, I think does like a charge at Noctis and is kind of weaving back and forth and tries to swing back around and is gonna actually strike to subdue this time.
Cool.
Because I get a +1 to strike to subdue
As
when
he
an ally
uses-
takes damage.
As he uses the Cipher Eyes, your stats are going to be inverse this round for this roll.
The stats are going to be in reverse.
So, +1 would become -1, +2 would become -2, -1 would be
What does a 0 become?
0.
Well,
Don't
Good
forget you have
job.
advantage.
nothing happens.
And you have advantage.
Oh, I have advantage, so I get to roll again. Yeah.
You roll an extra die.
Yeah.
You roll 3 die.
Sick. I'm glad I rolled 3 die. That's a 9.
Awesome. What are you choosing?
I would like to take something from them.
What are you gonna take?
Can I take the triangle?
You could take one of the royal arms. You want to destroy the
Yes,
royal
I
arm?
want to take one of the royal arms.
All right, so you're gonna destroy the Cipher Eyes. All right.
I hate Bill Cipher.
As you go in, what's your? That's only one though, so you're only choosing one then.
Yep.
Okay.
I only get to pick one. Oh yeah.
As you go in, your spear impacts directly into the royal arm, shattering it.
Afterwards, San looks back and is like, I hate that triangle, that annoying triangle. Don't bring him out again.
I know. You see, he's like, you might not remember this, but we fought him together, and he put us through a lot of hell.
Yeah, he did that this time too.
I know.
I think that's his thing. It's not fun.
Han, you really have grown. You're stronger than other timelines. You all are.
It's through friendship. We all trust each other.
Because I had to become the villain in your story. Like you became the villain in mine.
What?
That's what led us to this path. That was what pushed you to power. Don't you see? If I didn't make this choice, we would have never gotten to this point. Your strength, your journey, it all starts with me.
That's a pretty selfish take. I'm going to be real about that. I'm wondering now if the whole issue with the timelines is that you didn't trust us to begin with, and you didn't trust in teamwork and friendship. And here you are trying to take things on by yourself again.
You know what happens when we fought as a team? You all died. To his hands, and he points at Ben. But
our hearts weren't strong enough. Then we didn't work together as we should have.
You feel your hearts are strong enough now?
Yes, I do. I think yours is too, and you're hiding it.
Then prove it. And who's next?
I'll prove something.
I think I want to go next.
As he transforms and you see there is a cackling laughter as you see a little potion bottle is now is swinging around him.
Of course. So, last thing that happened to Alpha was Noctis grabbed him with the Phoenix Fire and gave him a good singeing. And I think even after Sarah's healing, the little feathers you can see poking out underneath the armor are still like kind of black and sooty. And he's going to like give a good shake, you know, like a dog shaking off water. And a little poof of soot is going to fly around him. And he's going to look up at Noctis and be like, Noctis! And hold up his book and be like, did I ever read you the story of the ugly Chocoling?
The story of the what does that have to do with it?
And as Noctis says that, Alpha is going to summon forth, and we're going to roll to cast magic. Or no, actually we're going to roll to strike with intent. And spend a link to do it.
You said you're spending a link?
Yes.
Alright, you watch as the potion goes. You immediately take 1 damage for spending that link, but you get to spend it.
Ooh, interesting. Alright, I'll take it.
As Yzma's power is in full effect.
Okay. So, we're gonna strike with intent, and Alpha's going to summon Phoenix.
You think this doesn't hurt too? You think I enjoy doing this?
Alright, that is a 10 exactly. So we are going to deal great harm and make it bombastic. As Alpha summons forth Phoenix to use Fire Strike. And the Phoenix is going to dive bomb him. With just the full force of all of its power behind it.
You notice this actually knocks Noctis spiraling in the sky as he lands upon one of the skyscrapers, and he weakly begins to get up, leaning on his sword. You've gotten strong, all of you.
We have, yeah. But Noctis, we'd be even stronger together.
I have to push you to your absolute limits, as you have to push me to mine. You don't think this hurts me?
Of course it does.
Am I okay to go?
Yeah. What would you like to do?
He's like, don't you know, do you not think this hurts me? And then you hear Alpha go, because like a little bit briefly before, he's like, I have to be the villain in your story, blah, blah, blah. Like, there's all that. And then right after Alpha is like, of course it hurts you. You just, like, if this was a cinematic show, you would just hear the Imperial March, like the like bonk right behind him, and it's Ben. I'm gonna do something spicy and put a lot of faith in my dice right now, in the sense that he's gonna go.
As you see it really quick, you see the royal arm, just to give you a little hint what might happen, transforms into Xanatos' armor, like a spectral form around him. Finish your thoughts.
I think we're okay. It's the same amount of spicy belief It's the same amount of spicy belief. He's gonna go, then let me show you what a true villain is like. And I'm going to strike with intent. First of all. Okay. That's an 11. 11's not bad.
Oh, you rolled over a 10.
Yep.
All right. Take a damage immediately.
Okay, then I would like to... This is where my faith in the dice happens, because this is a 3-stage fight roll now.
Oh, you're down to...
Because that's all 4 of my harm.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
This is where my 3
I didn't know you were so hurt. Dang.
That's okay. It's a 7.
Do you remember like 3 turns ago when Lucian was like, I don't have any harm? I was like, oh.
Yeah. That's why I
took
didn't
2, and then I took
Hey,
1,
Lucian.
and then I took 1 again.
Hey, Lucian.
Yeah, what's
Just checking something. I know you locked your link with Alpha. What kind of link is that?
up? It is a light link.
Cool. Good to know.
Yeah. So that's a 7. It's a 3-stage fight. It's with dark, so that's a 9. Which that's the same thing. I'm revived and must choose 2. I retain my strength and abilities, and I retain my appearance. The other 3 are up to you. The other 3 were I remember who I am. I owe no favors
to anyone.
Or and retaining links. So you can make me get rid of my links or anything else. I just know that I retain my strength and abilities, and I retain my appearance.
As you come back, as he basically strikes you with the armor, you feel like you're going to disappear. And then you hear someone call out to you. Ben, you have to keep going. You have to keep going for us. And you feel like a warm, soft sensation on your cheek, as you can feel the presence of Kim Possible for just a moment before you get back into the fight.
Yes, I think there is that moment where I take that damage, where he goes, it's like, let me show you a villain. He takes the damage, which is kind of what he's trying to illustrate here, is what happens when you become the villain, right? So he goes and he starts to die, and he hears Kim Possible, he's friendship, and he's like, ugh, and he like shoves himself away. He's trying to teach by example, but
He who howls and rages. All right, now resolve your roll.
That was
at 11.
It was 11, right? So it was over 10. Okay. So I'm going to... I guess I'm revived, so I can just, in fact, deal great harm. Ooh, I didn't want to undo my harm. I just wanted to... Good, deal great harm, and... because I have drive form, I am also going to take something from him. Freak. I'm gonna take the royal arm from him.
Which one?
This one.
The Xanatos armor?
Yeah.
Another royal arm breaks as the armor shatters. And like he slides back across. Was that? Oh, that was great harm.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. San, Sarah. No, it'd be Sarah who's the only one remaining at this point. What do you do?
So Sarah watches as Ben has a little moment there. Seems like he's not gonna be okay, but then just kind of pulls it together. So I think Sarah is going to rush forward with her Mog Keyblade. And she is going to try to strike to subdue.
Really quick, can we just get a shout out for Dave?
Did he get us there? Nice.
He got us there.
Dave.
Dave!
Yay!
Thanks, Dave.
Dave.
You did this, Dave.
You did this.
Beautiful.
Dang. The funny thing was that I was just about to go buy more bits, but then you were like, Sarah, what do you do? So, okay. Anyway. Yeah, so Sarah is going to rush forward with the little Mog Keyblade and strike to subdue.
Awesome. Whoa.
That's right, Mog.
Which
Let's finish
means this is my friend, but I know what we have to do.
That's right, Mog. I'm gonna spend a link to give myself advantage.
Okay. As you see, his arm changes to Jet's massive sword.
That's terrifying. That's a 10. So, as Sarah, she kind of, they're all kind of floating. So, she kind of like goes kind of up a little bit so that she can come like down on him with her Keyblade. And as she does, I get to choose two. I'm going to take one of the royal arms. And also force a change of location, which kind of rolls into this other thing that I also want to do, which is to spend a link to give Ben advantage on his next move. So basically, the change of location would look like she hits him, and the momentum of the attack sort of sends him flying in Ben's direction for whatever Ben does next.
Yes, I'm gonna say yes, and as he gets set down, as Ben is also going down, the battle takes from the skies and is now amongst the skyscrapers as you are quickly approaching the grounds. All of you flying towards. Jet looks, or not Jet, Noctis looks with Jet's sword, and as he lands on the ground, almost close, he delivers a mighty earth-shattering strike to the ground, as he's going to try to strike to subdue everyone. $11. Everyone is knocked prone and dealt the damage, as everyone comes down with him into the streets of Insomnia, as you see the rain is now in a downpour. And Noctis slowly changes to another royal arm, this time drawing his own, not a royal arm, but his own physical weapon, the red blade once more. And you can hear the tiredness in his voice. As you can see, he is wounded. And that's everyone for the round, right? Keep going. Keep living. Son. Again. And then he teleports, and you watch as he, for a second, goes to strike you, and you go to block, and then he warp strikes again, coming behind you and just doing a quick cut, dealing 2 harm to you.
I'm gonna use the move, Are you for real? Look who's winning, and prevent all harm that would be done to me.
As you block, it's like you knew he was happening. We do the flash again, and it's just you holding each other at this moment. And for a second, he reaches up with his gloved hand towards you. and puts a hand on your shoulder.
Son will put a hand on his other shoulder. We don't have to do this.
We do. And that's okay. You're performing admirably.
You are too. But what's the but here?
This is far from over. And he takes a step back, clutching his wounds. And he does that thing where he, like, the Kylo Ren, as he's hitting the wound. You did good. I think it's time for me to bring out my trump card. And
I don't think you need any more cards.
Fishing out, you can see a necklace that almost looks like Sarah's, but different. I call upon you, Maiden of Light, my beloved. Empower me once more as I go into the breach. My final summon. Luna Freya. As light begins to emerge in droves out of him. And you can see energy, both dark and light, are beginning to seep like a haze. As transforming, coming around him, you can see this almost like transparent, ghostly, spectral figure of a woman who cradles Noctis for a second on his back, almost like his own personal guardian. And for a second, it feels like the shattering of mirrors as you watch as the area splits around you. And suddenly you see not one, not two, but 4 Noctises. And as they all rush you, not sure which copy is which, they all reach out a hand. And suddenly, you just feel complete, utter darkness. As we transport back Sarah Ben Alfonson, you find yourselves on your own station of awakening, alone from each other. And appearing at the other end is Noctis. I figure we can finish this one-on-one, he says to all of you.
I mean, is it really one-on-one if you split yourself into 4 copies? Because you're, like, kind of one person? Just a thought.
I really have nothing to say to that. Let's test each other even more. Let's continue to push each other to our limits, like you have done to me. And you watch as he drops, for the 4 of you, as you're all alone, he drops the sword. And we see that frame where it shows all the animations happening at once. And Noctis looks at San, summon Titan, looks at Sarah, summon Ramu, looks at Ben, summon Leviathan, and then looks at Alpha, summon Ifrit and Shiva. And we're gonna focus in a little bit here. I'm gonna choose Sarah first, actually. Sarah, you watch as that mage from before rises up behind him, and he is towering. So much so that you really, it's only his head that you can see that is peering at the Station of Awakening. And you can tell that this summon he summoned is the Master of Magic.
I I think Sarah, who's probably breathing pretty heavily considering she's at 304 harm, she's holding Mog Keyblade in one hand and she's holding onto her necklace with her other, and she's looking up at this looming, towering figure. And did Noctis like disappear, or is he just like standing like on
No,
the...
he's like So it's actually very funny. You see Noctis, who is kind of just watching you. Almost like he's judging you. Sarah, show me why you fight.
Sarah takes this kind of moment to... She closes her eyes and sort of centers herself. And again, just like always, you see that light start to emanate from her necklace. And she says, if this is how you want to fight, Noctis, then I'll do it. I fight for my friends, including...
In my world, in my new era, you could still have your friends. You could see Snow. You could see Hope. You could see Noel. You could see your own sister again. You wouldn't have to choose between war or peace. You could just live blissful in a dreamlike state forever.
And Sarah opens her eyes and looks over to where Noctis is floating and says, I've already seen that doesn't work. It's not as good as it sounds. It's just fake.
I lost my beloved, but I could get her back in this new age, in this new timeline. You must understand, right? If you could see Snow again, wouldn't you do whatever you could? Whatever it took?
Not at the cost of countless lives.
You're always trying to protect everyone. You're always trying to be everyone's guardian. But what happens when they're on their own, fighting their own battles, when you can't help them anymore? You've seen it, right? You've seen what happens when you can't help them, and you put that personal responsibility on yourself. But it's not your responsibility. You're your own person.
I think if this was like a game or an anime, you'd see Sarah's memories kind of flashing by of all the times that her friends has died in front of her in battle. You know, Ben numerous times, Kim several times as well, and then those kind of fade away. And she draws in a deep breath. I trust my friends. They're strong without me, too. Besides, they're always with me, and I'm always with them. She, pats her chest over her heart.
But I'm your friend, too.
Yes, and this is why. If this is what your heart is telling you to do, you should follow it.
But you would still oppose me.
I've made my choice.
Yeah, you have. There's never changing you from idea once you set to it. You're always the most stubborn out of all of us, even though one might not realize it.
I believe in the things that I do, Noctis.
Believe me when I say. And I will see you smile once more. And you will. And you can sleep peacefully knowing that.
And I think he even gets a small sort of wry smile out of Sarah just then. And I think that as he says that, the light, emanating from her necklace sort of wraps around her. And I would like to heal my harm.
Okay.
By
Go ahead.
spending a link.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. And I think how it looks is as this light sort of wraps around her and she feels the warmth of, it's the warmth of her friends, but also the warmth of, I mean, this is a very, again, anime thing, the warmth of the strength of her, like, conviction is just empowering her in this moment. And she has this very determined look on her face. I can do more. I don't know if that you wanted
if you
want
want to keep if you want to keep going, you can. You can
Okay,
attack.
cool. Then I think in that case, Sarah is going to. So we got Rama's like head looming, Master of Magic, and Noctis sort of floating next to.
Noctis is floating above, like not targetable right now.
Okay, that was kind of like what I was getting at, so good. Okay, then I think that Sarah is going to do what she does best and cast some magic.
What are you casting?
Let me see if there's anything. Let's see. You know, I don't know if this is actually in Final Fantasy 13, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I think she's gonna say, you're not the only one who has some tricks up his sleeve, and I would like to cast Meteor myself. If that's okay.
That's awesome. I love it. Go ahead and cast.
Okay, cool. I will spend the link to give myself advantage. Didn't need it. That's a 13.
Alright, he's also going to try casting. As you see Ramu, as Noctis looks, I call upon the light of the heavens, from the living and the dead. Bring down your holy rage upon them. Indignation, judgment. An 11 versus your 13, you win.
And I think, it's almost like his counterattack just like, I don't want to say goaded, but like just empowered her more as the magic energy sort of collects around her. And in the sort of like darkness that's above their station of awakening, you see it kind of like crack and like these clouds kind of start to form as the meteors kind of come through and rain down on him. And for my choices, I will do let's do a harm, be bombastic, and have no unintended consequences.
As you watch as the meteors rain down on him, bright light cascading, before you see Ramu looks fading in and out as you deal 2 harm to him and massive damage. He does not look like he's having a fun time. Looks at you. His power growing. So, Sarah, finish this with one last strike.
And Sarah sort of lowers her stance, gets in that like battle ready pose, and says, "Let's finish this, Noctis."
And Ramu raises as Noctis goes. I call upon the powers of heaven and hell. Once more, open the gates of oblivion and trust forth. Reverse time in and of itself. Ragnarok! What do you cast, Sarah?
Ooh. I know I've done it before, but I have 2 really good ideas, but I think I'll just go with my initial thought. But what if we did another Zeta Flare here?
Awesome. Let's go ahead. We're having a roll off.
Having a roll off. Can I spend a link to give myself
Yeah.
advantage? Neat. Look. Have all these links. Might as well spend them now. Alright. I got a 12.
Do you really want to know what I rolled?
2 6s.
Snake eyes.
Oh no. Classic. I rolled a 6, a 4, and a 1, so you know, that advantage helped.
As the magics collide with each other, and for a second, you're like holding through and pushing, and you can see even Noctis is like casting as well, like channeling through his arm, and it's like that struggle, like that DBZ struggle where you're not sure.
Oh yeah, I'm mashing the triangle button.
Your body gives out. Your heart succumbs. Your mind gives in. Why does your soul? Why does your soul resist?
And Sarah says, kind of through gritted teeth, fighting for my friends, fighting for San, Ben, Alpha, Kim and Max, Doctor Strange. I'm fighting for you, Noctis.
My friends are my power as well. And you see, like, Noctis begins to form cracks up and down his arm as he keeps pulling forward, and you keep slowly pushing in and pushing in. No, not here. And you feel like you could push him with just a little more if you'd like, Sarah.
Yeah, and I think that Sarah still just completely concentrated on this. She says, Noctis, I'm fighting with all my heart. For you, too. I'm sorry. She just pushes that last bit.
And you watch as the light wash shows both Ramu and you and him. And he's like, ah, as his form breaks up. And we're going to switch to Ben. As you are on your station of awakening.
Yes, it's still all patched together somehow.
But there is not darkness. No, your station awakening is floating in the sea. As you can see something under the waves coming across. Roll to defend for me really quick as the action takes place. As you see Noctis once again is floating above, kind of same scene as before. And you see Leviathan tries to erupt forth, breaking parts of your station off. Trying to strike you.
It's a 7.
Alright, you're going to take 1 damage.
Okay.
Put yourself in danger and let the GM make a move.
Are they not the same thing in this scenario?
Yes. Why would I even ask? As you're doing that thing where you're like, you're basically in the Leviathan's mouth, propping it open with your blade.
Yeah.
Key saber.
My key saber.
And you hear Noctis going, Ben, you've struggled so much. You tried to find your place on all of this. Whether you would be light or darkness. Whether you're truly good or evil. You struggled for so hard and it's brought you nothing but pain, hasn't it?
And joy. I think Noctis could tell that Ben is only choosing to defend himself right now the bare minimum.
Why do you throw yourself like that? Why do you secretly wish for death every time you fight? Is it because you regret the things you've done? I regret some of the things I've done too.
No. Because we're here, in my most vulnerable place, my station of awakening,
You've been
and
torn.
I want to talk for once, and not fight.
Well then talk, and fight.
My fight's not with this summon.
I think if you allow it, the Leviathan coils around you.
Yep.
Restricting you. And it
Yep.
brings it up to face Noctis. Ben, you don't think I know the your truth? You don't think I know everything about you?
I don't think you can know what I feel in this moment. No.
Ben Solo, Kylo Ren, who brought his galaxy almost to complete ruin and has been atoning for it ever since. Who constantly has to avoid falling back into that pattern. Who can't grasp the light because he feels more comfortable in darkness, and he hates to admit that to his friends. He says it's because it's a need, but it's not a need. It's a want. You like using the darkness, Ben. And that's okay. But you also like to walk the light. So tell me, what do you feel?
I feel sorrow. And I feel an anger that's always there, like you said. And I feel love. You showed us memories from those timelines with you. I obviously cared for you. And I don't want to fight you. Not like this. Not where you feel the need to separate us all. That's not what we went through. You're injured, and I don't want to kill you. And if I fight here, I will probably hurt you. And you will hurt me. But I think it will hurt you more if you kill me here.
It will hurt me immensely. But there's something that I have that carries me through. I have conviction. You're sitting here saying that you'll give me mercy. I watched you even through this timeline. You didn't show your enemies mercy. When you mercilessly cut through them, or ate them, or destroyed them without hesitation. And here I stand, your enemy, opposed to your goal. One that will negate everything that you've done, all the sacrifices you have to make. And you want to show your enemy mercy? Now?
You're not my enemy. That's a title you've given yourself.
Well, what would you call as an opposing force to your ideal? I'm stopping you from making your wish. And you're stopping me from dealing with mine.
My wish happens our way or your way, as you so said. But I would just call us friends. Friends don't always have to agree, do they? I very rarely agree with Sarah and San and Alpha. But that doesn't stop me from being their friend.
I never said you weren't my friend.
I would like to, because he's being held up by Leviathan in front of Noctis, I would like to struggle to get one arm out.
Okay, you could deal that.
I would like to one-arm hug Noctis. I am reverse Han Soloing Noctis.
Why are you making me do this? Why can't you fight with honor? Don't make me have to slaughter you.
I'm giving you the choice. If you choose to slaughter me, that is the choice you make. My choice is to not slaughter you, and to not, perhaps, destroy you somewhere where your friends cannot be there. Not here. Not on the Station of Awakening.
And Noctis thinks for a moment, letting everything kind of go forth. Then I will grant you your wish. My friend who I love dearly. I will allow your final moments to be amongst your friends. That is the gift I give to you. And Leviathan drops you. And you watch as you fall into darkness. And we cut to San. who is fighting. As you can see, San, your Station Awakening is actually in a familiar-looking forest. As you see rising out of the ground, tearing apart trees as it does, Titan, a being of pure earth, which is about 60 feet tall, partially out of the ground right now. Like, just like waist up. Noctis is in the same position, staring down at you.
You know, I fought people for destroying my forest before.
I know, and you hated them for it, too.
I did.
You held hate for those humans of Irontown.
I did.
And for Lady Ibushi. Did you?
I did. I changed my mind, though. You know?
You still held that hate in your heart?
I did, for a long time.
And now you don't anymore?
No.
They destroyed your home. They killed your god. They killed your mother.
In a way. But we learned from our mistakes. We learned to coexist.
And
They
you
learned
hate,
their mistake, and I learned my own.
and you don't hate them for it.
No. But I'm going to hate Titan if he keeps doing this.
Do you hate me?
No, why would I hate you?
Because I fought against you. Because I sided with the people. Because I allowed everything that happened to happen, including Moro's death. You hate me.
No.
Why?
You were following your heart.
My heart led to the countless deaths of people you knew.
That we all make mistakes. And you were doing what is best. You thought was best. I still don't agree with the wish you want to make. I don't think it's the right way. I don't think destroying Kingdom Hearts will save everyone.
You know, if you hated me, this would be a lot easier. If we hated each other, this would be a lot easier.
That's fair. It would be. But why would I hate my friends?
So we're at this impasse once more. You have
We're
to
at
stop
this
me.
impasse once more.
You have to stop me from doing what I want to do, and I'm trying to stop you from doing what you want to do.
That does seem correct.
Then fight Titan. And roll to defend from harm as Titan's going to take a swing at you.
I'm sick. That's an 11.
Ooh, what do you do in retaliation as you dodge out of the way? Like,
Oh, she's gonna swing a slash up at Titan.
awesome.
That's I think a strike within. I think it's a. I'm gonna do a strike to subdue. And I got a 10, so I'm gonna deal some harm to Titan. Then I'm gonna de-escalate the situation.
How do you want to do that?
I think she's going to basically knock Titan. Like she wants to hammer Titan's head into the ground.
Ooh.
And then she's gonna jump up to Noctis and not swing at him and just looks him in the face and she's like, I'll fight Titan, but I'm not gonna fight you this way. And then she would dive back down to like kind of like stomp on Titan's head.
You're so damn difficult, San.
Haven't I always been?
Yeah, but never this tenacious.
Maybe I've learned something after the 9 times you've done this. Just, you know, subconsciously.
There's not gonna... No. No. Not this time. I'll be the bad guy if I have to.
There is no bad guy here. Why do you think there's a bad guy?
Because there'll always be a hero and a villain.
Why? Is that how your new world's gonna work too?
No, in my
'Cause,
new
I mean, destroying
world,
Kingdom Hearts, it sounds like you're gonna make yourself the villain anyway.
there won't be pain, there won't be death, there won't be sorrow. It'll be a beautiful place. And I can't wait for you to see it. And you see as Titan's about to clap his hands around you, when you go to defend, and something stops them. As you hear a voice in your head. I don't know why we won't just fight this thing, but I trust your conviction. As you hear Nine's voice in your head.
I think she, like, kind of, like, telepathically responds, and she's like, I wouldn't fight you if you were here either.
I'll open a path to his heart. You only get
Thanks,
one
Nines.
shot at this.
Let's go for it.
And you watch as the area around you begins to fade in and out of digital. As you hear another person's voice. Together, we'll help you. As both 2B and Nines, the area kind of changes for a second. And you can see it'll go stark white. And you kind of are, for a second, you see Noctis right in front of you. What's happening? What are you doing?
I'm getting help from my friends. And they're both not exactly on my side. Right, 2B? Right, Nines?
We've calculated and decided upon a change of heart. Yeah,
I'm
we'll
happy
help
to
you
hear-
with this world.
Thank you both.
It's not how it's supposed to go at all. This is supposed to be easy. This is supposed to be climactic. It's supposed to be straightforward.
Nothing's ever that easy.
And Noctis goes to charge you. What do you do?
I think she's gonna defend from harm?
Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead and roll.
yeah. That's a 7.
Awesome. You know what? That's good enough for me, as you both lock up. And Noctis has tears in his eyes as you're locking up with this. Alright.
Noctis, come on.
This is my only way. As much as it sounds appealing to just go off with the group of you into the sunset, I can't do that. Not after all this time. I know in my heart that this is the way. This is the only way.
I just wish I could change your mind. Or show you something.
You also give Noctis a hug?
No.
Okay, I was making sure.
Yeah. I don't think San gives Noctis a hug. I think if anything, San would either try to take his sword from him, or she would shove him back.
And as you kind of shove him back, so he's not going to probably let you take his sword. He kind of looks at you and he's like,
Not with a 7 or a 9, whatever I got. 7. I'm teasing.
the things you do for love. Alright. We'll finish this on both our terms. And we cut. As we face to now Alpha facing Shiva and Ifrit. Defend from harm and disadvantage, please, as they both cast spells. One row of fire and one row of ice coming forth towards you.
That's an 8.
Okay, you're gonna take 1 damage as you're able to dodge the ice, but don't dodge the fire quite.
Alright.
Alpha, you think you could save everyone. You think you could have this cheerful attitude that everything's gonna be alright no matter how much light you pull into it. But you don't understand that humans, that people, even chocobos, are complex beings. They're not just light, and they're not just darkness. They're things in between.
I understand more than you think I do. Everyone that meets me sees me and says, "Oh, it's a little talking chicken." But I'm a complex being too, you know.
You are.
Just because I present myself as happy and friendly and joyous all the time, I do that because that's the world that I want to see. I want to see a world that can be happy and peaceful. That doesn't mean I feel it all the time. I'm not happy right now. I'm not happy fighting you.
It's not about being happy sometimes. It's about making the tough choices.
But what's the point of making a tough choice if all it does is make you sad?
You don't think I'm sad already? You don't think seeing me myself fail across every different world line does this? This isn't something I take lightly, Alpha. This isn't something I do because I did it on a whim. In fact, you can say that I did this all for you. I became the Master of Darkness for you. And for the others. I brought this world to ruin. I did it all. Because that which claims to be the absolute light continues to pit us in these battles.
I understand why you did it. But sometimes... Noctis, when you were little, did your parents ever make you do things because they thought that that was what was best for you?
I was a prince.
Were they always right? You can't always know what's best for other people.
I wouldn't know what my parents thought. I never really knew my mother, and, well, my father met an untimely end defending his kingdom. I've lost so many friends. I lost my beloved. In the end, I gave my life to save my world. And then I was tossed right back into it by this war. I couldn't even enjoy my eternal bliss because of Kingdom Hearts. Why is there darkness? The answer is really simple. Because there's light. But if I could end them both, I could start over. And we could build a new future together.
But Noctis, if you think about it, in a way, it's like in the story, which I'm sure I've told you, probably many times, at least 9, about how the humans and the chocobos were made. You know, in the story, at first there is nothing, and you have to make the light. But in my story, my real story, Babuzu was the darkness, and Babuzu was the one who saw the light created. So I think in a way, if you don't try and you don't make light and you don't make light happen, then I think all there is darkness. And I don't want that.
But in darkness,
That's
there
why
could be no pain.
In darkness, there isn't anything, Noctis. How do you know that destroying Kingdom Hearts will make a good world? What if after that, there's just not anything at all? No one's ever tried. How can you know for sure?
Because I have hope. And hope is the strongest tool a person can have. It can move mountains and defy gods. It can even let some spoiled brat of a prince find a purpose and friends. And that purpose be so strong enough, that hope, that it could transcend time and space itself.
You know, it's actually really funny that you picked Shiva and Ifrit. Did you know I have a story about them in my book?
You've told it to me. I remember.
Have I told you all the endings? Because all of my stories, at least except the one about the crystals, all of them have two endings. A good one and a bad one.
What happens in the bad?
Well, you know that once upon a time there existed Shiva, the spirit of ice, and Ifrit, the spirit of fire. And Ifrit said, "Fire has the power to incinerate anything in the entire world. Nothing is mightier than flame." And Shiva said, "But ice has the power to freeze anything in the entire world. There couldn't possibly be anything greater." And never. Fire melts away ice with ease. But fire is merely extinguished by the water that runs off from the ice. And so they challenged themselves to cause some trouble for the people who were going to the great tree to gather Lasans, and whoever caused the most trouble won. Well, in the bad ending, they did cause trouble. And when they looked, they noticed that in their fighting, all that happened was they caused the great tree to wilt. But in the good ending, they saved the tree. They worked together, and Ifrit's fire melts Shiva's ice and waters the tree and lets it come back to life.
Are we Shiva and Ifrit?
I think so. I don't want to destroy our tree, but I also don't want the war to keep happening. I think there has to be something in between.
Oh, fuck.
I just want a chance, Noctis. You've gone through 9 timelines. And if we're wrong, then we'll do it all together one more time, and then we'll do it your way. But give us a chance, one chance, where all of us get to keep all our memories, and we make the wish, and we try to make everything better together. Just one more chance. And you don't have to do it all alone this time. Because I know if all of us remembered everything from the beginning, and we all got to work together, things would be different. You know things would be different.
And Noctis actually drops his sword. I'm sorry, Alpha. I want so badly. You might not even know how badly I want to follow that plan. How badly I want to try to water that tree together. But to me, it's the roots that are the problem. And perhaps your plan might work. But I'm already too far gone on this path. Can I ask you for a favor? Alpha, can I ask you for a favor?
Okay.
If you win, remember me. And I promise to do the same for you.
Of course.
And take care of Ben. Because he'll need it.
I've done a good job of that so far, haven't I?
And make sure Sarah doesn't go through the pain alone. Make sure San, well, keeps being San.
I don't think anyone can stop that. But, Noctis, what I really want... I want a world where I can be with you. But with everyone else too, you know? I don't think it's right to sacrifice everyone just so that we can have a little bit of happiness. I do want to be happy, and I want you to be happy. But I want Jet to be happy. I want Dr. Fasalier to be happy. I even want Bill Cipher to be happy, and he's really mean.
I'll create that paradise for you. Don't you worry. It'll just feel like a bad nightmare. One dream away from oblivion and rebirth. It's time we go back now, Alpha. It's time I show you the final power of the last King of Regis.
Good luck.
You as well. And we cut back. As we we go in and we see the poor Noctises, like almost like a reverse of time happen. As the four Noctises return to the one, as you're facing him down once more. Your convictions are strong, I'll give you that. I would expect no less. This hurts me, you know. This hurts me a lot. Now let's finish this. As Noctis fetches into his pocket and pulls out a ring, placing it on to his non-glove finger as light begins to swirl around him. Are you ready? Are you ready to fight the full might of every king, of every seeker that came before? I'll end this in an instant. put your defenses up. Everyone roll to defend from harm with disadvantage.
Neat, neat, neat. Love that. Love this.
Gotta beat his roll.
Oh, this is
I
not
don't-
well. That's okay.
I don't believe in me. Yeah, nope, that's not gonna beat anyone's roll.
No, I'm not rolling great.
Everyone get a 6 or below.
No,
I got
a
7.
Awesome.
11.
Alpha's fine.
So Alpha has to beat my roll. And I rolled 2 6s.
Dang.
Ah,
Yikes.
14.
Grimace. Yikes.
As he rises up. Oh,
What if I used Eyes of Heaven?
can you beat a 14? You want to see if you can roll off to use it? This is kind of like a very, very powerful. This is like
Make the roll. Make the roll.
yes, please make the roll, because I'm at 3 harm. And I
Me
don't
too.
have anything to bring me back.
I'm
from
at
the
2
dead.
harm. Yeah, I was gonna say.
You mean you all didn't just heal yourselves magically on your stations of awakening?
as he summons.
I did think about it.
As you hear a large roar from the sky, as Bahamut urges forth from the heavens.
Well, in order to get a 14, I'm gonna also need to roll 2 6s. So, you know. Do I still spend the link even if I don't win?
Yes.
Okay, well, I guess I have no choice.
Also, if you can only save one of us, I'll be okay.
I'll also probably be okay.
Yeah. I have a move for this.
You can only if you can only save one of us, save Alpha.
Yeah.
Well,
We cannot be proven wrong that Alpha's the first to fully go down.
okay, I'm gonna spend a link to give myself advantage?
Can you make this? As he casts.
I don't trust me.
I do.
You think I can roll 2 6s?
Yes.
Ultima Blair. As you see, the light part the heavens as a humongous blast begins to circle around. What did you roll?
Not only did I roll 2 6s, I rolled 3. Yeah,
Wow.
wild, right?
Jesus.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Are you
As you
excited
go
about it?
to, are you
My
casting-
heart is
Just
like
pictures.
racing. You can't see,
Are
but
you
my
casting
heart is
Zeta
like
Flare?
racing. No, I think that and I mean you interpret this as you will, but I think as he's sort of like collecting this power to cast this immense summon and do the big attack, you see the eyes of Etro form in Sarah's eyes, and I'm assuming when we came back we were all kind of like close to each other. You see her hold her hands up and she casts Reflect and like a big bubble around them.
You watch as the attack collides, and for a second, you watch as the light is beginning to wash over you. And you think, you can do this. This'll hold. And then the Reflecta begins to crack and break. And Nocta says, even you can't stop a god. And you
I
watch-
wanna.
Oh, let me finish.
Okay. Okay.
As the light goes down, and Sarah takes the full brunt of it,
It's fine.
as Sarah is erased.
Goodbye, friends.
Ben, Alpha, and San look onward as the attack ends, and Noctis, who has become this glowing, massive warrior. I didn't expect you all to survive that. Ben! And he's going, Ben, what would you like to do?
Oh, I, Lucian, am having a moment that Sarah got just erased in this hot sec.
You don't think too much? You don't think much then? You could say I'm like...
No, it's me, Lucian. Ben was about to try to have a good moment as friendship and like help empower the reflect, but she disappears and he's yelling Ben, and I think he will. I think he's angry, so I think he's gonna force lightning Noctis. I think he's like, if we're gonna play villains, we're gonna play villains.
All right, roll off. Cast some magic.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll my. Oh wait, let's see. I'm gonna spend a link to give to. I can spend a link for something here to help me out, and I can't remember what it does.
Roll for advantage.
It doesn't give me advantage. Okay, I'm gonna spend a link for advantage. That's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna spend my Sarah link.
Don't you also have a thing that lets you automatically get a 10?
No, not anymore, because when I switched...
Ah, okay.
I've had, 3 different character cards this season. I'm gonna make sure I strike through this so I know that it's... there. Okay, so I'm gonna spend them to give me advantage. Does this... you know what? We'll be fine. Does this also, just so I know, does this count as Sarah taking her harm clock?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, my dark's higher now, but that's fine. That's a 9 to cast magic. So, let me pick my options.
Unfortunately, it doesn't beat the 11 to cast magic.
Whoa, Wylan.
As he absorbs the lightning with one hand, pulling it back, and then you watch as all 13 Seeker weapons fly past you.
What?
And impale into you, Ben.
But we destroyed some.
Oh, sorry. All 11 Seeker weapons.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Let me know where he's fucking getting that factory. Okay, impale me.
And
yeah, okay, well, I think it's a reasonable time to say it. Dang. I'm getting Gilgameshed over here.
Yeah, pretty much. And you can't help as darkness begins to take you. And you feel yourself begin to fade.
Yike.
And we turn to Alpha and San. Which one of you is next? As you realize you're not even dealing with Noctis anymore. You're dealing with a more godlier being.
I think San would glance at Alpha, and then if it didn't look like Alpha was gonna move, San would move, and San would launch her spear as like a javelin, and be like, "Is this what you're looking for?"
All right, stroke of intent.
This isn't the Noctis I know. Sick. That's a 9.
12. As he grabs your spear, teleporting in, the Noctis you know is dead, and then stabbing you with your own key spear.
That kind of sucks.
As San fades, Alpha. Do you understand now, Alpha? This is what lies at the end.
And will this Noctis still make a good world?
It'll make the only one. Do you even defend yourself?
Actually, yes. Alpha is going to do something. As Alpha do, critical moments. And since Alpha pretty much understands that this is gonna take him out, it's funny that Lucian mentioned Gilgamesh, because that's who I was going to have Alpha summon.
Nothing hurts like the cold?
Nothing hurts like the cold. Represented through summoning Gilgamesh to use Bitter End. And we're just gonna dump all of the links.
How many heart links?
Let's see, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then even the ones that I don't have locked, because, like, this is the end of the game, this is the time to spend them. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 total heart links.
16?
16.
As you watch, as your power begins to surge against Noctis, you can feel Noctis's own links beginning to break as he spends them behind him through constant generations. And Alpha, you try as you might, he grabs a hold of you. And you can see his form is slightly breaking, that Noctis isn't really there underneath. And then you feel yourself fade. And that's the end of the game. No. And Noctis fades as well. It's all things that I consider are done. As you feel the four of you floating in water. Drifting in the realm of the final world. Who opens their eyes first?
I'd imagine Sarah, since she was here first.
Sarah, it looks like beautiful sky over you.
Where are we? She, like, sort of, just we were floating, she kind of pushes herself up to look around.
As you're standing on top of the water now.
She looks around. Does she see anyone there?
No. You do see something that looks like Mog, but a little bit more grand, like a higher level Moogle. Well, you're here now, Kupo.
Did I do it? Did I protect them?
You protected them.
Sarah gets this kind of, what's the word? Wistful kind of smile on her face as she reaches up to touch her chest, kind of like right over her heart. That's good. I'm glad I was able to protect them then.
It's over. You can rest now. Doesn't matter what happens at this point. That's the beauty of all things. Life into death. One minute it all matters, and the next minute it doesn't, Kupo.
And I think, like, as this, like, weird Grandmaster Moogle started to speak, like, at first she was like, yeah, okay. But then as soon as he was like, that's the funny thing about death and life, she gets this kind of, like, suspicious, confused look on her face. And just to double check, she like feels around for actual Mog, see if he's here too. Dang. I mean, if I was able to protect them, how do I know? How do I know that they are okay?
You don't, Kupo. You can only hope. And was Mog even real?
Now she looks a little offended.
Like, you're a spirit, Kupo. You're summoned for the war. Mog just came along for the ride because Mog's your weapon. Are you even real?
Yes, I have a heart, I have my memories, that's all that matters. That's what makes me me.
Even if the real Sarah has been gone for a while?
She kind of like crosses her arms and she says, we met people, replicas. Their bodies weren't real, but their memories and their feelings were, and that's what made them real. Even if my body died long ago, I still have all of my memories and all of my feelings and all of my friends, and that is what makes me real.
You feel your heart beat for a second, like a jolt in your chest, Sarah.
But don't.
Come back to us. You promised me. You said you would make this all right, as you hear Arena's voice.
And Sarah kind of like, she looks around as if, you know, she had heard it externally. She said, that voice, that was... She like puts her hand over her chest again. How do I get back?
And that's when you hear someone tap you on the shoulder. Actually, they hug you from behind. As you turn and look and you see the face of Snow.
Turn, look, and then look very much up. And her eyes go wide and she says, Snow, what are you doing here?
Came to collect you. But I have a feeling you still got some unfinished business, right?
And you see her kind of... She very quickly glances over her shoulder at like where the Grandmaster Mog is at. And then looks back at Snow, and the surprise on her face from seeing him sort of melts away into kind of a determined like brow furrow. She gives like a single just nod. Yeah, I'm not done yet.
And that's when you hear a voice. Not of anyone you know, but of the warmth of Kingdom Hearts itself. Why do you fight?
Fight to protect my friends. I fight to protect the innocent people who can't protect themselves.
Would you go back even if it means hurting all over again?
I would do it 1,000 more times.
Who wakes up next? Let's go down the road. Oh, San? San wakes up. Great. That's what I saw.
Yeah. Yeah. San will wake up.
San. You see Ashitaka waiting for you. Hey. Look, I know you're never
Hey.
the type to give up. But
Yeah, I think I got killed with my own spear. So.
you tapping out? It's okay if you do. I'm not going to blame you.
Do I have a choice in this?
We always have a choice.
Oh. Isn't it just sometimes like you're done, you know?
Maybe sometimes, yeah.
Okay. But this isn't one of those times.
I don't know. You have anyone back there calling you back? And for a second, around you, you see 9S and 2B. To go back would be illogical. But sometimes feeling can't be quantified by logic. You have to follow your heart, son.
That is true. I would honestly like to see you both reunited again.
We are reunited.
Yeah, but I mean, I want to see you and give you a hug.
They would both give you a hug.
Oh, I didn't think you were tangible for some reason. Thought this was one of those things.
It can be whatever you want. Ashitaka says, looking at you. This is the end. The last road.
But I can't. I can't let
You can't let.
Noctis go out this way. It just can't be the right answer. I'll go back. But we'll see each other again soon. Once this is all over.
You care for him that much. Despite all the pain he would put you through.
Of course. He's my friend.
Ashitaka smiles. As you hear the light and voice of Kingdom Hearts speak to you. And you hear Max's voice. Come back to us, son. There's still a fight left to do.
I'll come back. And don't worry, Ashitaka. I'd do the same for you. 9S and 2B too.
I'll be waiting for you. I'll be waiting for you at this place till you're ready to go.
Soon.
And Ashitaka looks, and as 2B and 9's kind of follow with you, forming back into you. Son, alright. You once told me that better things are left unsaid, but I do love you.
I know.
And you walk into the light as we form onto Alpha. Alpha, you hear so kid, he ended up at the other side after all.
Alpha will open his eyes and sit straight up with his little chicken legs sticking out in front of him and look around. Hey! Wait.
Oh yeah.
That's what it's like?
Sometimes a little bit more painful, and sometimes you have a nice cozy light that's irritating you most of the way. I gotta thank you for that. Come on, kid, why don't you rest for a bit? All your friends are waiting for you out. Beyond that door. Sherma. She's been waiting a long time.
Do I have a choice?
A chicken asking for a choice. Oh, ain't that the funniest thing you've ever seen? I mean, if you're strong enough, there's always a choice, I guess.
Well, then I have to go back.
What if I told you you can't go back?
I'd try anyway.
And Dr. Fasalier cracks a smile. Well, that's good too, I guess.
Alpha's gonna hug him around the legs.
What did you learn on your adventures? Remember I asked you that question way back when? What did you end up finding out? What was your truth?
I found out that I can do anything as long as I follow my heart.
What a dumb thing to say. And he kind of pats you on the head. And you hear the voice of Master Strange go, Alpha, we need you back. Still work to do.
One more time.
Alright, kid. Go ahead and live your happily ever after.
Dr. Fasalier?
Yeah, kid.
When it is over, I hope I get to see you again.
I feel like the next time you'll see me is at the end of your entire journey. But I'm okay with that.
That's okay.
Resting a little bit. Taking a load off for the next couple ages. Stay good, kid.
Well, you too.
And Kingdom Hearts beckons to you. And then we cut to Ben. Oh, Ben. What you're staring at is you feel someone slap you across the face.
I was gonna say, you made a lot of assumption that he opened his eyes, but then I suppose he was slapped across the face and that will make him open his eyes for sure.
Come on, kid, you can't sleep all day. As you see your master, Luke Skywalker.
Is it done?
I don't know, is it done? And you turn, you see Venom and Envy.
Yeah, Ben, you look pretty dumb to me.
The squirt finally got it.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I think he is kind of he doesn't stand up, but I think he pushes himself up to sitting. You're here, Venom.
Yeah. This is the end, you know. This is where we all go.
Well, I see everyone here. Do we all go to the same place when we die?
Now you're getting to religion, and I don't really subscribe to that.
I think there's a hard blink from Ben. And I think there's a sigh. And I think he lays back down and looks up at whatever is in the sky. Or ceiling, if I guess there is in a sky. It's quiet here.
Yeah, it is. It's boring is what it is.
I'm tired.
You're tired. I mentioned body servant no time.
Yeah, Venom. But here we could be friends separate.
And you hear,
We were always friends separate.
I meant we
So
don't
is
have.
your friend. Parasite or not.
You're not a parasite.
You're right. I'm a symbiote.
I think there's a chuckle, and he's just like, does this mean we lost? And then I hope Noctis's wish works out.
you know, kid. Ben. Kind of reminds me of you.
He does.
Thinks he only's got one path ahead of him. That he
I
has to
know.
take it. And that he has to be the only one that can shoulder that burden, right?
Right. I tried to tell him that he had a choice. I tried to show him what those paths choices lead to. But I can't control him.
No. Ultimately had to be his choice.
Something about giving up on that sort of, what is it? I think he looks like he's trying to think very, very hard. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure there's a Jedi code about it.
Well, the Jedi really didn't always make the best codes. They didn't know what it meant to feel. They thought by neutering those feelings that they could make you somehow impenetrable. But it didn't work out that way, as you could see with my father.
No. It didn't.
And then you hear Envy kind of smash something. What is your
My God, Envy
problem, man?
Envy just ruining his nice little breakaroni. Dang.
Are you
think he looks
seriously
at-
giving up?
I think he looks at Envy and there's just a furrowed brow for a moment. He's just like, are you going to be like this in the afterlife forever with me?
Yeah, because you're screwing up a choice. Oh my God, if I was in your body, if I had what you could do, I would have killed this guy 3 times over.
Well, I'm trying not to be like that.
Well, yeah, I could see that. You're doing a terrible job. You're just about to give up.
Is it giving up if there's no real stake?
You're asking me, what do you mean no real stake? You know how many times you've dived and come back to life? You think you can't do that again?
No, I probably can. I'm just tired. I'm just taking my time, Envy. I don't have unlimited energy like you do, apparently.
Well, I've been sleeping for quite a bit of time. Watching you. Seeing what you did. Now you're at the end of the chess game. You just don't even want to play the final move.
I never asked. Well, I guess I agreed, but I never asked to be part of this war.
So you're going to sit here and whine about it? No one asked to be a part of this war. No one asked to fight, well, except for me. It's just what we had to do.
Is it whining to just be accepting of what happens to you? I've died. I was already dead. I'm trying to atone. I think there's like a moment where he's like, I'm trying to atone for my sins. I think he like
You're not going to
essentially-
atone for your sins by being a martyr. If you want to atone for your sins, you get back out there and you help those dumbass friends of yours put this to rest.
And he rolls his eyes and he stands up and he's like, okay, but if I fall to darkness this time, nobody can blame me. I think he says as he pats himself off. He looks at Venom and goes, if I'm gonna get a ride back, do you want a ride back? Why? So you get to rest, but I can't rest? There's 3 other Guardians.
Ready.
Okay. I think he says with a little bit of a frown. He's like, I see. I'm not good enough. It's always that, huh? I'm just not good enough. Not good enough to die, not good enough to stay alive.
And then Luke takes a step forward. You're good enough to wield my father's lightsaber. You're good enough to be summoned in the war. You're good enough to make it this far. You're good enough to deny your darkness, to fight against it. You're good enough to keep going even after everything that you've been through. You're good enough to turn to the light even being submerged in the darkness for so long. You're good enough to make friends with a monster. You're good enough to still love Noctis, even after everything he did to you.
Because I understand it. I'm just... And I think he'll start to like pace. And he'll just be like, even with my friends, I don't feel strong enough. But I'll try again.
And then you hear a question in your mind from no one in particular. Who are you really fighting Noctis for?
I'm fighting Noctis. Oh God. My answer's not gonna get me back to life, but I'm fighting Noctis for myself.
And with that revelation, you feel the light begin to pull you once more.
Oh, dang, I got back to life with that. Who is at Kingdom Hearts pressing allow on these resurrections?
And as you come back to the 4 of you, you watch as light begins to surge forth. As we come back to a scene of Noctis still shrouded in the power of the Lucy, approaching Kingdom Hearts. I will finish you now and build my world. And then the 4 of you emerge back, glowing in radiant light. Noctis draws his sword, preparing to strike Kingdom Hearts.
I feel like we're all gonna say we would like to roll to interfere.
Oh, yeah, you could be like, hey, do you call out?
Yes, I mean, I would like to just tackle him, but we'll get call out with our words too. Words are something we can do.
And Noctis looks surprised. I defeated you.
You
The
did.
afterlife sucks.
We got better.
Our hearts are stronger than that. You should know better.
We weren't done yet.
Ben looks a little
Ben's just
confused
like,
at her.
yes, I was.
He's like, dang, they had a nice A nice rest, it seems.
I was forced to come back against my will.
I was bullied into coming back. I was hanging out with the Seekers. They didn't want me.
Oh. What? You should be... And your light begins to go radiant as you all begin to glow.
I think that, go with me on this. Sarah, it reaches next to her, both directions, takes, I'm just making this up, so you know.
Yeah, go ahead.
Takes San's hand and takes Ben's hand. Because we have to hold hands as we
Are we
finish
forming
this.
a hold in hand chain? Because
Yes, I think we should.
Okay, because Ben will take Alpha's feather.
Wing.
Wing?
I was a Paul.
I was gonna say hand, and I got like a weird image in my head, and I wasn't about it.
Like a wyvern. Cool. So they all hold hands as they start to glow radiantly.
And Noctis brings his sword. It doesn't matter. I'm still all powerful right now. I still have enough time. I'll put this legend to rest. The legend of the Seven Guardians right here, right now. And he kind of raises his sword. Oh, whatever light you bring back, I'll keep putting you down. I'll keep doing this. Until I reach paradise, and he charges at you.
Actually, we're all holding hands
Nick.
now.
Hey, Nick, I have a question.
Yes.
Does Noctis count as a dark force now?
No.
No!
Still doing it for his
Okay.
light in his heart.
Alright. Then I'll just roll a normal interfere, I suppose.
Oh, actually... You know what? Yeah, I think you can. You want to make him stumble?
Yes, I do.
Okay. How do you do it?
I think Alpha, using, you know, the power of light or whatever, wants to knock Noctis's sword out of his hand and then grab his hand.
As the sword breaks apart from your your being of light, and you grab onto his hand, as you can see chunks of the spectral armor are starting to erode. What are you doing?
San will swing around and grab Noctis's other hand.
And as you grab onto that hand as well, you see the armor begin to fade off. What? Stop! What?
No.
Sarah, Ben?
So he's being held by both arms.
Yeah.
Uh,
I can only imagine what's going through Lucian's head right now.
yeah. I'm like, I think Ben will force leap with nice at least one corkscrew in the air over Noctis, so he's behind Noctis, and I think Ben will use the force to move it, because like there's a height difference between San and Alpha, to make it so Noctis goes to his knees.
Ooh, okay, I like that. And as you notice he used the force, the light is exploding out with it, combining, as you are stripping away parts of Noctis' spectral armor with it. That damn light again! And he's struggling as darkness is beginning to fill around him, trying to evade onto him. Sarah, what do you do?
So, you said he's wearing, like, this spectral armor.
Mm-hmm.
Is his face just, like, visible, though, or does he have, like, a helmet on?
There's a helmet, but it's, like, kind of visible. It's just transparent.
Okay. Well, then I think either way, Sarah's gonna walk up and stand in front of him. And in her right hand, she's got Mog. Keyblade Mog, that is. Not just like the Moogle Mog. And her left hand, she brings up to kind of like touch Noctis's face, or the helmet, like, you know, whatever, where his cheek would be if she could. And you see, this is all just purely flavor, so
Yeah, that's fine.
feel free to stop me here. You see, like, radiating from where she touches is just like more light as it spreads, and she says, "It's over, Noctis.
I have to save all of you.
We're gonna save everyone." And she, like, takes a step back and lets her hands fall. And she lifts up her Keyblade and she says, "We're gonna save you too."
No.
And you
Teamwork.
Friendship
Friendship.
and teamwork. Teamship.
because you know,
Always.
as the reaction command starts to get closer for all of you, without a doubt, that Kingdom Hearts
is light.
Kingdom Hearts is light.
Say,
light.
say it on 3. See if you can sync it up.
Oh
I
boy.
know.
1, 2, 3.
Kingdom Hearts
is
light.
Light.
And you watch as you all step back, and as he's held by the power of the light itself, and you aim it at him. And you watch as all 4 of your Keyblades line up, striking as light begins to flare up around you and start to surround him.
What are you doing? Don't you know that you'll be putting yourself back in the cycle again? That you'll just be opening up the world to more pain, more deaths, more wars.
No,
You don't know that,
we
Noctis.
have each other this time.
I...
And he's like raising a hand.
I can't lose here. Not for my friends. I love you.
We love you too, Noctis. Let us save you this time.
And you watch as the seals across his chest begin to form as he is trapped within the light itself.
Yeah.
And he's like surrounded. And for a second, you feel like you could say something to Noctis, and he would be forced to hear you now.
Ooh, that's hard. Sorry.
What'd
You're
you
like, give
say?
us a second.
I think Sarah says, "We love you, Noctis. We'll never forget you."
I think Ben will say, "Soon, we'll walk a new path together."
Because we have each other. And we won't lose each other this time. We're all here together.
Together. As friends.
Together. This world is not meant for me. Not any longer. As Insomnia's storm around you is basically cleared, and light begins to shine throughout the whole area, And for a second, you see the light purify. And you wonder, what does it truly mean? As you choose friendship over pain, as you choose love over hate, as you choose comforting over fighting, the darkness is purged completely. And we cut for a second. As we cut to a scene not including any of you, as Noctis himself is now floating in the water. And suddenly you're looking down on him like he was looking down on you. Why do I feel all these emotions?
Well, I'm being honest, I think you've been stuffing them up for a really long time.
I wanted to save everyone.
And you did. We're all okay now. Everything's gonna be okay.
And you're okay too.
You're right. That's the light. The light that's always been there. I think I need to rest for a bit. I need to sleep.
Yeah.
I hope you have sweet dreams, Noctis.
We'll be here when you wake up. Somewhere. And you'll find us.
Go see that. Make that world. Make it what you want. And do it for yourself.
And for you.
As you watch, as Noctis doesn't fade into the light, you see he gets up and starts walking away into the distance, leaving his sword behind. And he looks back to you. It really is something that I needed. Maybe it wasn't about changing the world or resetting, or maybe it was just about depending on others. I had been so intoxicated by the darkness, by death, that I forgot what made my friends important in the first place.
It's easy to lose sight.
I leave the rest up to you four then.
You can trust us.
Yeah. And Noctis, don't worry. Whatever path you take, whatever path we take, somehow in the end, they all lead to the same place.
This is it.
We'll see you again.
This is paradise. Can you see it as he looks towards the light? It's so beautiful. I only wish you were here to see this alongside me, Lunafreya. I'll see you when I wake up. And Noctis starts to fade from view. And suddenly it's just you and a single glowing orb of light. And you get the feeling that this will be the last time the four of you can talk to each other for a while.
Well, time to make our wish, right?
Yeah.
Sarah has this very, like, you see the look of determination on her face. It's still there, but she kind of looks down at the ground for a moment, a little, like, bashfully, almost. And then when she looks up, you can see she has tears in her eyes. And she says, "It really was an honor to not only fight alongside you three, but to get to know you, to be friends." She gives like a sad smile.
I'm glad I'll remember this timeline the most than the other ones that Noctis had to fight in. You're my favorite versions of yourselves.
Thank you for reminding me that friendship was worth it.
Sarah's gonna, this time instead of just taking people's hands, she's gonna hold her hands out for one last circle hand-holding moment.
Can
Song
it be a
takes
hug?
one.
Can it
Yeah,
be a
well,
hug?
Spoiler, she was gonna pull him in for a hug once they all hold
Okay,
hands.
okay.
Group hug!
Group hug.
I think Alpha, actually, when you hold your hands out, will just yell, "Group hug!" and, like, tackle you.
They all
So
fall over onto the orb and accidentally destroy Kingdom Hearts, and it's just
No.
no, I think there is hug.
But yeah, hugging commences.
It's good. It's a good hug.
Good.
We'll find each other again, I'm sure.
You'll always be with me. Sarah holds her hand up over her chest.
Always.
Always.
And when it feels dark, I'll extra be there, I promise. To get you back to the light.
And then I think Sarah looks over to the orb.
So it's not just an orb. It's just like it's like the heart, like the big. Like,
Oh, like the big Kingdom
Yeah,
Hearts
yeah.
heart. Okay.
The
Well, she
heart.
looks over to it.
There's one final grand staircase of light leading up to it.
She says, "Let's finish this
Together.
together."
And I don't think we even need to say anything. I think the wish will come from our hearts.
And maybe some things are that simple. And as you walk, you can see voices and faces you haven't seen in so long. Into places you never thought you would ever return to again. As they look at you like times washed away in time. Time washed away in time. That seems really redundant, Nick. Yes, I know. Whatever. As you see Marnie and Aggie and Sophie and the rest of the girls from Halloween Town. You see Maui. And you see Moana. You see Anastasia. And you see Dimitri. Perhaps even, maybe as you look even further, You see Chihiro, you see Ashitaka, you see Ubaba, you see No Face, you see even Hella, you see Herbie, who you really never got to meet, but you know, whatever. You see the other Seekers, you see the Guardians, you see Wally, you see Eve, you see the Captain, you see Troy, you see Gabriella, you see Sharpay, you see Ryan, you see Jecht, you see Jim Hawkins, Captain Amelia, John Silver, you see Phoenix, you see Blathersham, the toy maker. You see his little girl, who I'm drawing a blank on right now, Olivia. And you see Basil. And you see Watson. You see Gwen, Miles, Henny. You see Spider Noir. And you see Spider Ham. And you even see Peter B. Parker. And Bill Cipher wandering around the corner. You see Milo. You see Kita. You see Tiberius. And you see the King. You see Kefka. You see everyone. And you see Aelita. And most importantly, you see Master Strange. And he smiles at you. You did fantastic. Absolutely amazing. I'm proud of you all.
Couldn't have done it without you.
And most importantly, you see the four of you as you approach the end. What is the wish that you make in your hearts?
I mean, I know what Sarah wishes for. And I imagine it's the same thing that everyone wishes for, but I think that she's wishing for the end of this cycle of war. Bring the interstitial war to a close.
It's probably worded slightly more aggressively.
Yeah, you know.
As Ben, it's like, no more suffering from this war, but like, the intent is similar.
Mm-hmm.
I think Alpha wishes the same thing with the addendum, and for everyone to live happily ever after.
And the light fades and takes you. And you hear someone's voice go, "That's a good wish. I'll make sure it happens." Thinking of you wherever you are. And something that you only repeated yourselves in the intro starts to play. Or the teaser, I should say. As you're thinking of you wherever you are. We pray for our sorrows to end, and hope that our hearts will blend. Now I will step forward to realize this wish. And who knows? Starting a new journey may not be so hard. Or maybe it has already begun. But there are many world lines. But they share the same sky. One sky. One destiny. And we fade into the light as familiar feelings come to you. I would like all of you to agree on one person that will get to start the scene. Which you have no idea what it's going to be. But it needs to happen.
I vote Alpha.
Vote Alpha. That's the safe bet.
You know, I vote
Mess it up.
Alpha.
All right. I'll take it.
You hear the gentleness of waves. And then you hear the ringing of bells, Alpha. As you hear moving parts, the smell of mahogany as you wake up in a comfy bed. You hear a knock on the door. Alpha? Alpha.
Hello?
And opening the door, you see Master Strange, except he's dressed a little bit differently. Alpha, come on, you don't want to be late for your first day.
My first.
Of course. Keyblade Masters can't just sleep in now. Now that you officially passed the mark of mastery, you need to go. We have more classes to teach. You didn't think your education would end just there. Come on, the others are waiting.
Alpha's gonna give a big smile and hop up out of the bed and tippy tap over and hug Master Strange around the legs.
Stop. The other students will see you and think I'm showing you favoritism.
Okay. Lead the way.
And as you come through, you see a variety of things happen. As you're coming through and you see two people rush past you. As you see Laurium screaming out to Arena, "Give it back! That's my key! That's my special edition! Stop it! Master Strange!" And Master Strange is like, "I don't even want to deal with this right now." And as you go through, you see a door open and you see a casually but still kind of dressed nicely Jet. And he goes, "Oh, what's up, Strange?" Steve's like, he goes, "What's up, Steven?" He goes, "Jet, I need you to get downstairs. The alarm and Arena are out again." "No worries, I'll take care of it." And as you walk through, you go down the halls of what appear to be the school. And you find yourself seeing familiar faces. Interesting ones. But something catches you. You look outside and you see an expansive city over the water. It's beautiful. It looks like a utopia. And then you come to a lone classroom. And waiting are in it, you see the faces of Sarah, San, and Ben. Sarah is dressed up in like a nice school uniform, a little bit nicer. San is too, but San's is a little bit more athletic fit and has been ripped at certain ends to look cooler. Ben's got a properly attire on, probably a loose tie though. And then you see Alpha with the nice little boots and stuff. And Master Strange looks, he kind of takes you on him, he's like, he's always got to be the last one. He's always got to make a grand entrance. As you hear the doors open behind you. And strutting in, dressed in his uniform best, is Noctis. Bag slung over one shoulder as he comes and sits down at his desk. Come on, Teach, why do we gotta keep doing this? We're already Keyblade Masters. And plus, nothing ever happens around here. It's so peaceful. Look, we have our duty to defend the realm whenever the need arises. Now, we should be happy with peace. And Noctis looks over at the four of you as he catches you staring at him. I got something on my face?
Yeah.
A smile.
Yeah, you do.
Well, hey, at least I'm not in this class alone. I don't know what I would do if you guys didn't pass the exam as well.
Be in this class alone.
Yeah, that would kind of suck.
Not ideal.
But hey, we're together now, right? So no need to dwell on what ifs.
Yes, together, in this classroom every day for the next year. Not just because, oh man. Hey, do you guys want to... After this, I hear there's a blitzball tournament going down over in the center of Scala. You want to go?
I'd love to.
Sounds really nice.
Yeah, I'm not super into blitzball, but I'll go.
Sure.
And you, and San, specifically, you hear laughing kids from outside. And as you look outside, a bunch of kids are on top of a gigantic white wolf that is running around and giving them all piggyback rides.
Oh.
I think she chokes up a little. But is okay.
And as you join, you hear Master Strange. Okay, now it's time to learn about an important piece of history. Yes, I know we're all talking about the Interstitial War. And Noctis is like, what's that? And he goes, well, you see, war, long thought to be lost and rumored in legend, were decided and built this place, Scala, at Kylum. A war we can't really prove that happened, in a war that has not been around for quite a long time. Some might even decently think it doesn't exist. And as he continues to drone on and on, what is going on in the four of your heads right now?
Well, I think Sarah, I think it's mostly just relief. Relief that things worked out, even if it was just a test. Relief that they're all still here together after everything. Even if they have to go through boring history lessons.
Just the test, yeah. That's all it was just the
There's
test.
no way they could have actually been part of this mystical war that maybe happened and maybe didn't. Who knows? But there's always that sort of inkling in the back of her head that's like, but what if?
And Sarah, you notice someone put a letter in your bag.
She reaches down, opens it under her desk.
It's a love letter from Snow again. This is the third one. He keeps asking all the dates. When is he going to get the hint that you're not going to fall for this that easily?
He's got to try a little harder. But I think even as she thinks that, she folds it back up, very, very small, so that it fits within the size of her hand, and she holds it to her chest.
What about you, Ben? What are you thinking about?
I think Ben is not sure why he is this tired this morning. I think normally he's not overwhelmed with tiredness, but I think he's a little dozy. He's, I think, weirdly playing out in his head, what would it look like if I had been in the Interstitial War? And he's thinking, but unlike the last 2 years of my play, he goes, yeah, and I'd have my friends, and we'd work together, and we'd get through it. to protect everyone.
Yeah, your dad would probably tell you some story like that. You know, he likes his old war stories.
And he'd go, and I wouldn't use a blaster like my dad because he likes them too much. That's why I'm a Keyblade master.
Yeah, and he wasn't too happy when you got into the academy, you know? He thought you would follow in his footsteps, but it's okay. As long as you come home for dinner every day, he doesn't care.
Obviously. He does. And he definitely is excited for whatever dinner he's gonna have with his mom and dad. Together.
What about you, San?
I think San's just excited everyone's here. I don't know. I think, you know, I think San would want to hang out with Moro and, you know, probably try to find Ashitaka, if that makes sense. No. Hold on.
Try to find Ashitaka. You think for a second. And you hear... You look in from the crack. And you see 3 people. Ashitaka looking at you, giving you a wave. Followed by 2B and 9S who are discussing something. Sorry, I don't know why you call him 9S. It's Nines. Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah.
Nines and 2B.
Hey.
And he gives you a smile. And, you see he waits for the other 2 not to be looking before he mouths something to you. And what he mouths to you can be just a secret between you 2. Before he slips out the door.
I think San would probably blush.
And then Alpha.
I think Alpha, while totally definitely listening to Master Strange, is flipping through a book of fairy tales from his bag, and is very excited to tell his friends about the new story that he read.
Yeah,
and
I
also
mean,
really excited about Blitzball.
And it's really funny too because, like, you know, you just got this book too. Your best friend Sherma gave it to you for your birthday. And you haven't read all the stories in it yet, but you can't wait till you can. And sometimes that's what life is. A never-ending story, a fantasy fairy tale with a happy ending to the time. Sometimes that's the beauty of it. And as long as you keep hoping that there's a light that never goes out, darkness will always be there. And Noctis looks over and just smiles at all of you. Yes, Ben?
Sorry, I think Ben looks at Noctis and goes, "Let me buy you sea salt ice cream at the Blitzball tournament."
Sure.
And I think he gives a little nod and then immediately turns back around
I don't
to paying attention to Strange.
Oh man, Luna's gonna be so happy. I got my own sea salt ice cream. She's gonna be so jealous. Thanks, Ben.
You're welcome.
And it just feels like days like this can go on forever. And so we close the book. So we close the tale. So we finish the legend. So a stream comes to an end. And so 4 or 5 players, 4 players, 1 GM, say goodbye to one another. And that is the end of Kingdom Hearts: The Interstitial War. As the end pops on the screen. And that's all there is to this. And that's all there ever will be. This is the series finale, and there are no more episodes after this. But the stuff does not end here, and we still have a little bit more to show you. But first, I would like my beautiful, amazing, spectacular, so great castmates to go in the order they know so much. Tell them who they are, who they played, where you can find them, and their goodbye message for this world to hear.
Hey everyone, I'm Ashley or Aid. You can find me on Twitter at Aid3E. You can find me on Discord over at the Carrion Comfort Studios Discord or Gehenna Gaming Discord as Aid. And I have played Sarah Farron, Final Fantasy 13 series best sister / protagonist / carrot on a stick. You know, you would think that I would have thought out a little about what I wanted to say here, but I think to put it in a succinct way, I just really want to thank all of my other players and our amazing GM for letting me be part of this amazing experience. Someone said it in chat how just like man, just like it was just we made this game what we wanted it to be. We went all out and just went hard, and I am really proud of the story that we got to make together. And past that, I am really happy to got to have played with all of you and become so close friends with you all. So thank you for letting me be part of this. It was an amazing experience that I would never trade for anything. That's all you get from me.
And before we start, I want to say that is a wrap on Ashley as Sarah. Can we give a clap?
Thanks, friends. I'm happy. Sarah's a pretty different character than the type of characters I usually played, so I had a lot of fun.
Is it my turn?
I think it is your turn.
Hi, I'm Lucian, and you can find me at Chaotic Lucian on Twitter. I'm also on the Carrion Comfort Discord. You can just tag me at Lucian. Still says Ben Solo in there, and forever it will say Ben Solo in there. And if you're still here or watched any part of this or watched up into this, you know I played Ben Solo / Kylo Ren / Ben Solo / Kylo Ren / Ben Solo. Who was the... because we don't talk about the mechanics of this game as much on stream. I played the Discarded, then I played the Dark, then I played the Discarded again, because I died enough to warrant switches of playbooks enough.
You also played the Amalgam as well.
Oh, and I played the Amalgam too. Yes, so there we go. It was the Discarded, the Amalgam, the Dark, the Discarded. I didn't forget Venom. I just have a lot of feelings. And I want to say that it was a real roller coaster. I don't know. It's the first stream game I ever played, and it was 2 years of shenanigans in the best way. And I can't believe that we're here. And I'm so glad to have been part of this. People saying, it's a self-indulgent story. It's it's real violent to play a character from an IP that I love. So it was amazing, and I'm glad for everybody honestly putting up with me. And I don't mean that in I don't mean that in a deprecation way. I mean that in a I made some spicy choices throughout this whole show. If you haven't watched it, you should go watch all these spicy choices. And many times I put the rest of the party in saving my butt, the rest of the party with dealing with my crap, and gave Nick moments where I don't think he anticipated the things I was going to do. So I appreciate everybody for being awesome and letting me do that. And be emo. And to flirt with Noctis. That's it. I love you all.
So that leaves Leslie.
Sorry, I thought we were gonna clap again.
Oh no! Oh shit. Okay, yes. And that is a wrap. As Lucian, as Ben Solo. Everyone, give me a clap, please. Don't clap for your own rap. What are you doing?
I clapped for my own one.
Snap, snap, snap. We're civilized.
I'm Leslie. You can find me on Twitter at Leslie Wombat. I'm also the content manager here. And then I'm on stream sometimes. You can just follow me on Twitter and find them. I retweet everything that I'm in. I retweet everything I'm not in too. This has been really fun. This was also my first stream game. Not a hobby I would have thought I would have gotten into, but I really enjoy this entire cast, and it's been an absolute delight. And I also really appreciate all of the guests who've been on here. I've made some really lovely friends through all of this, so thank you so much for having me. It's been really fun playing San. Princess Mononoke has been one of my favorite movies since I was small, so it was fun to bring the character San to life. I also previously played San and Moro, and then I played just San. I didn't change my skin nearly as often as Ben. I went from the Amalgam to the Chosen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I really appreciated this. Also, thanks for keeping me alive, party. I never had to use Lingering Will. We're close this time. I'm still at 3 harm.
And that is a wrap of Leslie playing San and Moro. Please give her a round of applause. What do you do at the...
All right. Well, for the last time, hey everybody, I'm Zeke, and I have been Alpha the Chocobo, complete with flappy wing hat. This was also my first streamed game, and I have loved every minute of it. I have so many feelings. I'm so delighted to have made so many awesome friends through this, both, just my fellow cast members and my wonderful GM, and also all of our amazing guest stars. We all met Ryan from 4 Foot Square, or 5 Foot Square, sorry, because he reviewed our show. That's why we know Ryan. We have made so many good friends through this show. It's great. And I've enjoyed every minute of being my little sunshine child cartoon bird. And I get the feeling that everyone has appreciated Alpha being around to be the bubbly, mood-raising one. And, yeah. You can find me on Twitter at E_Z_KIEL, EZKL. I do lots of stuff, but I talk about that in every stream. We don't need to talk about it right now. But I just want to especially thank Nick for coming up with this amazing story and getting us together, like pulling all the strings to get such like super cool people to come guest star with us, for just keeping this all going and like not completely off the rails for 2 freaking years. Like, Nick, you're a beast. We love you so much. Thank you.
That's a wrap on Zeke, and that's a wrap on Alpha. Please give them a round of applause. And that leaves me. Hi everyone, I was your Keymaster. I was Nick, Keymaster for the last time. This show has been phenomenal. I've loved every second of it. At points and times, this is literally all I could ever think about. Like, especially last episode, like, the only thing I wanted to do is, alright, what happens next episode? And it really has carried me through my life for a better part of these 2 years. It's been a staple, and I've had a blast every step of the way to tell a story. To tell a Kingdom Hearts story like I've never seen that done before on Twitch, like on a stream, and it was so original. And we got to meet all these great people, and two I never thought would ever want to associate with me, and all these amazing places we went to, and the challenge of telling a coherent story in Kingdom Hearts, which is very tough, let me tell you. And holy shit, the friends I made, you know. I was talking about this before, but like, the only person I knew before going into here was Ashley, because we had like met even before I joined Gehenna, and we were just like playing Monster Arts in a random fucking group. I'm sorry, whatever. The show's over. I can curse. But I met Leslie through here. I met Zeke through here. I met Lucian through here, and it's been amazing. And to see the amount of careers, the amount of friendships that we have formed at the basis, is truly spectacular. And it's like, holy shit, it's just crazy just to consider. But stories come to an end, and I think the way this end was beautifully, and I just want to tell my players thank you. Thank you so much for sticking through all these schedule changes, the amount of episodes, because I thought we would get this done in 2 13-episode seasons, and I said, no, I gotta drag you out another 6. To all the times we played, to all the Fridays given up in order to do this, to Wes, who allowed me to run this crazy idea, this dream I had, which was like a dream game I always wanted to play, on his stream, and just being like, yeah, if you build it, they'll come. And seeing the effect that has on here, and it really feels like a part of my life. Especially with my streaming career, I'm leaving behind. But I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you enjoyed every blood, sweat, and tear that went into this. All the effects, everything. Like, yeah, I did it for the stream, but mostly I did it for my players, because my players deserve so much praise, because they're amazing, and I love every single one of you from the bottom of my heart. And yeah, I think there's nothing left to do but
clap for Nick.
Clap for Nick.
Yeah, sure, clap. And I think after I finish the current amount of things, I'm just gonna probably focus on my one streaming project that Leslie knows about, and just focus on that for a bit, and then maybe just take a little break. Man, I'm tired. A little tired. But I have one last thing for you. One last gift I leave for all of you. I'm going to play a video for everyone in the audience. I would ask that we'll watch it, and then I'll wait for everyone here to finish watching it. So if you all would turn on the stream now and mute yourselves, I'll play it. Alright guys, I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you're ready for the implications. Alright. You'll see. Alright, muting now. Bye.
Hi, I'm Wes Franks. I'm the creative director and founder of Carrion Cover Studios. I also played Bill Cipher on Kingdom Hearts The Interstitial War. There's 1,000 words I could use to describe my feelings towards Kingdom Hearts The Interstitial War, but I can only choose a few. So, thank you to the entire cast and crew for putting on a truly special show. There's nothing like providing hours of entertainment through a project like this. You all did it with flying colors. You should each feel very proud of yourself for what you accomplished. Thank you, Nick, Ashley, Leslie, Lucian, and Zeke. And thank you to all the countless guests that we've had on this show, as well as all the people that watched it. You've truly made it special. I know emotions are high right now, and there's even some that might be crying, but remember, a very special quote from a very special shield-bearing goof. But no worries. Even if this place goes poof, our hearts ain't going nowhere. I'm sure we'll find our pals again. Yep. And just know that we will. Have a good night.
All right, that's
Are we gonna get to play again? Are we gonna get to fight Sephiroth as
Yeah.
a secret boss?
yeah.
Ah!
That's why I asked everyone.
Lucian's dreams coming true.
My real dreams.
I told you everything needs to have a. There needs to be a secret boss. Oh, Leslie, you're muted. You okay, Leslie? Are you muted?
You're still
You're
muted.
still muted.
Did we hire Lance Bass? I guess cameos.
We can hire Lance Bass. That's what
That
the
was our joke. I'm so sad and I'm gonna cry, but I'm also bouncing in my seat if that means we get to have an epilogue episode where we fight Sephiroth.
I thought you were gonna
I'm
say
just
that we
saying.
fight Lance Bass.
I mean,
That too.
And yes.
All
Lance
right,
Bass dressed up as Sephiroth.
Perfect.
ready
We'll
to
pay
wave.
the cameo.
Ready to wave goodbye one last time.
No, but I will do it.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Also, the credits
I
will be
love
on
you
Twitter.
all.
Let your heart be your guiding key.
Something about Kingdom Hearts. Buy Kingdom Hearts 4 when it comes out, I guess. Thanks.
And
Nick.
remember, there's a light that never goes out.
Oh, we have to say our names like they do, and one last time. Say your names like Sora and Donald the Goofy always do.
Don't know what you're
I don't
referencing.
remember.
They're always
I don't
like-
remember
they're
how it
always like,
goes.
Sora,
Sora.
Donald, Goofy.
They're always like Sarah, Ben Solo. Whenever they introduce
Sarah.
Sarah.
Zahn,
Sarah.
Alpha.
Ben Solo.
Okay, bye, guys.
Solo. Bye,
Bye,
friend.
guys.